Good morning, it's Barbara. It's nicer out than, well, it's 90% humidity, so we'll see how nice it is, but I'm going out. There you go. So yesterday, now our house is all clean. Can't tell when I do this, but our house was all clean. I got my calligraphy out, and I thought, oh, of course, to be honest, I did it last night at midnight. So this is telling you about how to do it. And then this was a practice page. No. Yeah, this is a practice page, but it comes through the other side. And this is the other side of just a practice that I just did on the page. So the paper's too thin. So last night I made copies. We'll see how that works. But, I started doing this like midnight, so I didn't get very far. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee with cream. So it's pretty thick air out here. So I'm not sure how much outdoor activity I will be having. This is Mary Kay, and it's their lip gloss. So it's a very lovely feeling, but it doesn't stay all day. I mean, it doesn't really stay past your cup of coffee, to be clear. But it feels good, and I like the color. Good morning. So, I slept okay last night. I have been having very, very, very bad sleep lately. Last few nights after, almost directly after telling you I was sleeping so well, I was really happy, I should know better than to articulate those words, because it feels like as soon as I say it, it stops. It's a little bit like I have this idea that after I'm done enough with the red light and I move my car forward just a little bit to give the light the idea that, come on, let's go, and then the light changes. It makes me think that I have affected the light, when my logical mind tells me I really haven't affected the light. They have just perfectly timed those lights to be just 2-3 seconds longer than a person can wait patiently. Me, that is. So I feel like if I move my car forward, it makes the light change, but in fact, it's coincidence or psychology. But so I'm sure it's coincidence that I stop having good nights right when I get the idea that, oh, I'm sleeping well so many nights in a row. But I never learn. I mean, I just talk. I talk to you and I say things, and then it blurts out something that I'm kind of thinking, but I blurt it out. And then 3 bad nights in a row. Although last night was okay. To be fair. I had an okay night's sleep. Anyway. Good morning. Had a busy day in the morning. Well, I talked to you, and then I cleaned the house. I straightened up the table and everything. Got ready for Pete and Terry. And then I took Pearl to the groomer because she looked so mangy. She was shedding like she was blowing her coat, which is not typical. I mean, usually, yeah, she sheds, but this year has been terrible. She looked so ratty, and Dennis wants to take her over to visit Aura. And, He didn't want her to look mangy, and he didn't want her to shed all over everybody. So anyway, I took her to the groomer. Very nice place. And she looks beautiful. Her report card said nervous but sweet. Now, it occurred to Dennis that she may never have been up on one of those dog grooming tables. You know, they put them up high so that they can work on them without, you know, killing their back. And it's possible she's never been on one of those tables before, because we don't usually take, you know, we've never taken her before to get the fur out. And when they wash her at camp, I think the only baths she's ever gotten have been after she's been in the kennel and they give her a bath. I bet she doesn't go on one of those tables for anything. So, yeah. May have been the first time, so she was nervous. But she looks beautiful. Right, puppy? You look beautiful. Although I'm quite sure Dennis is still going to have to brush you because there's fur on her back, but only a little bit. Now, if I had done that yesterday before she went, it would have been a handful of bright white clumps, right? So you are all cleaned up, and I'm sure she's more comfortable having all that fur out in this weather. Right, puppy? Are you more comfortable? Did you have a scary day yesterday, though? So I left her. I did not go to Michael's because I got a notification that my calligraphy pens were being delivered yesterday. So I decided not to go to Michael's. Pileated woodpecker. I did go to the state store to get the gin, the new gin I discovered that I like. Which is not in my local closer state store. And since I was there, I'm like, why not? It keeps, in case you're wondering. Gin keeps. I wonder if gin ever goes bad. I bet it doesn't. I mean, wines can go bad. I bet gin never goes bad. Honey that never goes bad. Somebody said that 3,000. They came across 3,000-year-old honey that was still good. So, if you're trying to keep food for a very long time, you might consider honey. You know, I don't eat honey, but you know, just saying. So anyway, I did that, and then I went over to visit Aura. She was just getting her chocolate ice cream for her dessert, so we sat in the dining room for a little while and talked and decided neither of us had any news. We did call Vicky, so she got to talk to Vicky, and that was nice. But turned out the piano lady was coming earlier than she usually does, and she was coming at 1:30. So we went out and finished our conversation out in the lobby in the front row waiting for the piano lady. So that was great. But then I got a text saying Pearl was done. I'm like, oh, great. So I left Aura listening to music while I went back and picked up Pearl. And so I was out and about doing all kinds of stuff. And by the time I got back, Pete and Terry were done, and I hadn't seen them. I didn't see them last month either. I think I had a physical therapy while they were there. So I haven't seen them in a while. But they did a lovely job, and so we went and walked the dogs when I got home. So it seemed like very busy, and when I got back, the house was all clean, which is always nice. And yeah, I pretty much vegged for the rest of the night. And then for some reason, at midnight, when I was thinking about going to bed, I thought, oh, wait a minute, I have room on the table. Let me take a look. And my pens came today. Let me take a look and see. And that's what I showed you earlier. The paper is very thin. Now, they recommend pencil, but you know, I got these new pens. So I thought, I haven't tried writing on the copies. So we'll see how that does. But there's nothing on the back of the copies. So even if it goes through, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I've got to read the book carefully though, because it gives you little clues, not little clues, I mean, it's trying to teach you that you pick the pen up between strokes. It's not like cursive where you just keep going and the whole point is you keep going. You pick it up, you pick up the pen in between strokes, and you need to think of it like painting almost rather than writing. And so, you know, it's a different skill and a different mindset than cursive. That woodpecker has a lot to say today. Funny. So, you know, but that was just a few minutes before I went to bed. So it was just, you know, interesting. I did watch the Tour de Fleece. I didn't spin, but I did watch the Tour de France yesterday. I'm a day behind now. But I moved my spinning stuff. Oh, it's getting closer. Oh, flying away. I moved my spinning wheel into the dining room. They don't clean the dining room because it's such a mess. I mean, they would if it was cleanable, but it ain't. And my box that was been sitting on Aura's chair, full of my bobbins and things like that. You know, but my folding chair, I just left it leaning on the dentist said, "I'll leave your chair there in case you want to spin again." He's very encouraging. I said, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing everything out again. Don't worry. I just put it there so that they could clean." He's like, "Oh good." He likes me to be busy. He likes me to do things I like. He's a lovely man. So maybe I will spin a little bit of camel today. And since my sweater is very ready for sleeves, I might take a look at the instructions for the sleeves and think about starting down a sleeve. That should be fun. And sleeve stripes go much quicker than body stripes. So we'll see how that goes. But I don't have anything businessy. I don't have any chore that feels urgent in any way. I do have plenty of things that I could be doing and plenty of things that I would feel good having done them, but we shall see. I have a tickle on my tonsil, which is making me cough. But of course, I don't have a tonsil. You know, no American, hardly any Americans my age have tonsils anymore. We all got our tonsils out sort of automatically. You got a sore throat when you were 6 and you got your tonsils out. Because of course they think they know everything. Oh, there, you don't need those tonsils. Why would your body have them if you didn't need them? Tell me that. What body part do we have that we don't need? I'll be honest, I don't know what an appendix is for. I don't have one of them anymore either. Anyway, so my X tonsil is tickling me, making me cough. Just, you probably figured this out, but every time there's like a break like that, it's me coughing, so you don't have to hear it. Anyway, I do have plenty of things that I could do. The chances of me actually doing them are relatively low, to be fair. But I will feel perfectly happy with myself if I do anything like spin or knit or calligraphy. I might do my worksheets that I Xerox. I think I copied 6 pages. I copied 6 pages. The last page, they actually did a word on that last page. So I have some calligraphy pages to try. And Carol put some calligraphy YouTubes in the Instagram group. Our channel can't, well, there's an Instagram group called, I think they call it the Zoomies, because our Facebook group, we have a Facebook group, it's called the Flame and Fiber Zoomies. And if you can't Zoom, you could still be a member. It's just, that's, you know, the people in the Zoom said, oh, we should have a place. Now, Megan is the person in charge of the Facebook group, and she started it, and she's from New Zealand, so it's the New Zealand spelling of fiber, F-I-B-R-E, which is different than my channel. But anyway, if you are on Facebook, check out the Flame and Fiber, spelled New Zealand way, Zoomies, and Megan will let you in. But there's also an Instagram group that Naughty Knitter 64, 61. Oh, Carol, I can't remember. 60 something. Is kind of in charge of on Instagram. So you can message me on Instagram, and I will hook you up with that if you wanted to be in that. But anyway, that's where Carol posted the links to some YouTube calligraphy. And I think I might just watch that on my TV and see what they have to say. So thank you very much, Carol. So anyway, that's what I think I'm going to do today. We shall find out. Aura's niece Bonnie is going to go visit her today, so I'm not going to go, and I think Dennis wants to go to the store, so I think he might not go. So Bonnie will be Aura's visitor for the day, and yeah, so that's where things stand here. I watered my plants yesterday. Some of them have perked up. They've all perked up, and then it rained a little bit this morning, but I don't think it was very much. But every little bit helps, right? And so things are looking a little perkier around here now that I've watered. I don't know where my red Gerber daisies are, but the orange ones are in full glory. So anyway, all right, I'm rambling now, so I'll stop. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I don't do anything, it'll be a short video tomorrow. We shall see. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.